Bernier was drafted by the Kings and got his name on the cup with his team. How much was it by design to have him play against his team and maybe see if that gets him even a little higher for the opportunity?
Well, you know, we did look at that, but we also realized that Jonathan played in Anaheim as well, and so we were going to play in one of the two games. We just figured this was the best one. So it didn't ultimately make a big factor because he has played for both. But you know, certainly for a guy who was drafted by LA and had a good amount of time here, I'm sure he's I don't want to say extra motivated, but I'm sure it's fun to go against a former team.
What has he shown you up to this point?
He's done a good job. You know, pucks have stuck to him pretty well. And, he's handled traffic well. I mean, I think if he does those two things, I think he'll have a chance to have lots of success, not just tonight, but moving forward. So, you know, him and Jimmy seem to have a real good relationship. They're building off each other. Hopefully we have good chemistry between the two of them.
On the flip side, without Quick, how does that change the things that you do, or doesn't it?
You know, outside of just a goalie pre-scout, nothing really in terms of how we play. Every once in a while, you know, certain goalies are a little bit susceptible to certain plays. We usually go through that right before the game. Maybe potential they'll be over aggressive, maybe potential to shoot at their feet, whatever it might be. But other than that, the main game plan isn't any different.
Jeff, Bertuzzi hasn't played a ton of games in the NHL, but he looks like he belongs. What is it about him that gives that impression?
Well, he certainly belongs. There's no question in my mind about that. He's got a real rare combination of being hard and smart. You know, a lot of guys that are real hard don't always have the hockey sense that he has. He's got great hockey sense, great compete. That makes up for maybe a real fluid skating. You know, he's got the long reach with his stick that creates turnovers, and then just great compete and hockey sense, and he just hounds the puck. He also is real trusting of his edges. He knows that he can handle guys being physical against him, so it gives him that extra second to have poise with the puck, and I think it's really, really good. So, you know, we need Tyler to have a real good year. I think he's a real good player.
What do you like about having him with Franz Nielsen?
Well, you know, Franz has had some success playing with guys like that are a little more north-south. If you go back to the days on the Islanders, you know, something that Franz and I talked a lot about, you know, that type of player. So I just think hopefully they can be a line tonight that can spend some time in the O-zone. We're going to need them to be a line that spends more time. We didn't do that the other night. We got to spend more time there.
With Bertuzzi, I mean, the goal he had the other night, that's, I think, I can't remember. Somebody said it was a Bert scoring a Bert goal. I mean, just by being there and the puck goes off him.
Yeah, no question. You know, he's good about getting to those areas. He knows how to get to those areas. He's good around the net. He's got good hands around the net. He's a bit of a dog on a bone to get to those areas. So it doesn't surprise me that he scored that. No, he can score skill goals too. He's got a really good shot. And he's got a better shot in hands than I think he's given credit for. But certainly, what separates him is his willingness to get to those spots. And you know, that's the area that you score in today's NHL. It's hard to score from the outside. This team doesn't give up many shots in the slot. We're going to have to shoot it, create chaos, and really, really jam at their net.
Your thoughts on Ilya Kovalchuk and what he's going to add to these guys and what you might have seen looking at film with him?
Well, you know, obviously he's got a great shot. He's a real smart player. Brings a lot of presence that way. Brings different potential looks on their power play. I think just looking at their power play, they've used little different sets through the preseason and the end of the game against San Jose, and I'm sure they'll keep experimenting, trying to find the right fit. But he brings, you know, that ability to score in one shot is something that every team needs, and certainly with the rest of the group they have here, it'll present for a heck of a challenge.
What's the best way to have success against a heavier team like the Kings?
Well, you have to get numbers on the puck. Well, first of all, you got to break the puck out great. If you can break the puck out great, then you don't have to face as much of their heaviness. And you know, that's something that we focused on in a meeting yesterday and a little bit in practice yesterday. We didn't do a nearly good enough job of against Columbus that I thought we did a pretty good job of in the preseason. So we got to break the puck out, and then once they do get it, you're trying to win that puck back with numbers as much as you can. If you just go size against size, lots of times they're going to outsize us. So let's win it with numbers, making sure when we can outnumber, we do. And then probably the next thing would be playing in the O-zone. You know, like if you play in the O-zone and make them defend, and they're not an easy team to do that against. They're real good through the neutral zone. You have to be willing to put pucks behind them. You have to come up with turnovers, and then you got to hold on to it. And we've got to be real good at that.
Probably can't do this too much with the younger players, but how big a part of the line creations is that, what you talked about with Nielsen and Bertuzzi, asking veterans kind of fits that have worked with them in the past?
Yeah, I think it's something that you know, I have conversations with certain players especially guys that I think know and are smart and know what have been the best compliments from them, and it doesn't always stay that way. You know, I think Nielsen's also had success with Vanek and Tennessee when they've been together, and I threw them together the other night just because we didn't have much going on, and that's a look that might throw out again tonight. But you know, I think the biggest thing with the lines is if you can create identity on that line and guys are playing the same kind of style, especially in pairs, then you're going to have your chance for the most success. So, you know, I don't think we're to a spot yet where we know exactly where the best chemistry is in our lines yet. We'll keep working through it, and we'll try to get to where we at least have some real good pairs.